Today we're gonna have an adventure in the detuning spectrum. So here we got the Lavachord, the clavecine harpsichord. After a bit of a travel, I loosened all the strings, so we really only got this. It's kind of an F here, but. Now that the saw has started again, let's take a small time to play with the noise. And get some beating here. So why am I doing this? Why am I making all these crazy sounds and just doing some rhythmic nonsense? Because we want to get something to start to get closer to some pitches that we're eventually gonna want, and the tension's gonna be wild anyways. So I'd like to have at least every pitch making a sound. As long as every key makes a sound, we can at least play something rhythmic, and then every once in a while we'll get some cool patterns. Let's get some bass notes that are going on. That was a little bit cardio. Let's try to get some harmony so we can play in. Get a few more notes. This one's a bit wonky. Have you ever prepared a piano before? It's kind of a thing, but if you want to so we kind of start getting these different inharmonics depending on where the strings are, especially when they're a bit more flat. We start to get some different kinds of tonalities. Some different kinds of harmonic spectrums. And because they're all single strings, and because the materials are almost more like guitar strings than piano strings, we get a more harpy, guitar-y sound. I'm kind of liking how this bottom part sounds, but this is kind of like, I don't really like. Don't know know why I like that note. So this is funny. We got E flat F G, E flat F G, which is obviously not there. We're going up in the fingering, but we're actually going down, which is it's a fun exercise to do sometimes when you're in the microtonal world, because it starts to reconfigure the connection between the body and the ear and the mind and the flow, that you're just kind of finding other things that are going to happen. So I want to get, I like this pattern. Let's get this one. Let's get another note here too. So I'm kind of just showing this process of tuning and kind of creating a piece on the way. So we got this song in the background again. I don't know how much you can hear it, but and I should say, be careful when you're tuning something, because if you tune the hell out of some strings, they could break. So try to know the approximate limits and stay before that if you're just kind of tuning at random. You can often tell with the tension of the strings. So something like this, that's super loose. And so there's more instruments that you can do this on. I love doing this one because I've been looking for an instrument like this forever. It's like a portable piano-like instrument with keys that's acoustic that I can bring and maybe play in live shows and do some demos and do some videos on, because I like being outside. As you can tell, I'm outside, even though the saw noise is kind of adding a bit of extra noise. But I do this on pianos as well while I'm tuning, because pianos are notorious, especially if I'm not in a place where there's a piano, it starts to go out of tune over a time, or I want to change it to a different tuning. But tuning a piano takes at least a good hour if you stay kind of straight, but then it's still going to move. And if you want it to be well in tune, especially to whatever tuning, microtonal or whatever, it's going to start moving on its own. So often I find that I start to tune maybe one octave and then some other notes in, and it sounds cool, and it's like, I want to start playing on that. So it's like, I'm going to tune all of the Ds to kind of balance around the tension of the piano. And then it's like, okay, I have all of these Ds, so I'm going to kind of vamp some Ds. Oh, now I have Gs, and I'm going to vamp some Ds and Gs, and then play some melodies in some spots. It's like, oh, this spot was kind of just like out of tune from whatever the hell I had in last time. So I'm going to go between these different, like what I'm trying to do in progress tuning now and the decayed version of a tuning before. And sometimes you get some really cool sounds and you don't actually know what they are. You're not being like, oh, this is in 16 tone equal temperament. Oh, this is an exact 11-8 ratio to the fifth or whatever. And it's cool to know those things, and it's cool to build skills based on those concepts as well. But it's not the only way. I think following the ear is really, really cool, and also teaching the ear to find out where certain harmonies are if you want to do something that's more guiding, because just tuning everything at random can make some really, really cool music, and it's something that I love to do, and especially something that I have to do, because if I travel and I move this instrument to somewhere else, if I try to keep it in tune, the strings are gonna break in the car, they're gonna break on the plane, they're gonna break on whatever it is that I'm carrying it in, and then I either have to get some new strings or replace them if I happen to have the right gauges. So I try to avoid that happening. Someday I'm gonna have to change the strings anyways, but let's see kind of where we are. Anyways, thanks for listening. I think I got into playing, and I'm probably going to do a couple recordings of this talking to the sound on the microphone. So I hope you can hear this. I hope this all wasn't ruining everything. And I'll probably make another video like this later because it's not quite in tune, and let's see what other things we can get. I'll title this some kind of series. I don't know what yet, but you'll see by the time you get to see the video. It'll have a title and all of that. So please leave any comments of things you want to see. If anybody wants classes, I can do classes online, and if you're in the same place that I am, and I'm also often in very various places in Mexico and Canada and sometimes in other countries. I love to play, and if you have events for me and you can get me there and make it happen, always let me know. I'm open to things.